Alright guys, let's talk about what is Once Human. It is a survival open world MMO that has a lot of base crafting, taming with little pet dudes called deviants that can help you build, fight, craft, or give you materials themselves. This game is really about capturing those guys to make your life faster and also doing quests and other missions. There is also defense waves in this mission for your base, which I am not ready for, so I cannot show off in this video at all. But there's also big huge bosses, which I do not want to spoil, so I will not show them, but I will show an elite enemy in the game. But guys, that is the basic of this, and let's do this quest over here and show you an example of a boss and a quest. This is one of the main storyline quests though, so if you don't want to be spoiled, I would not watch this part of the video, and skip to later. This part is practically where fighting in this hospital over here. Actually, I did it bad. I'm not going to show off the boss. But we'll show off that this is like the sort of you'll understand what the boss most likely is going to be though, which is this sort of ordeal. But you come over here, you can see that we gotta go up there. We have to kill all these dudes to get out of the way. And then you would go up there and it starts a quest. You level up like that with XP from killing enemies, crafting, do any other basic sort of thing. You have to come up here, you snap, and it shows you everything that's around you guys. And you can build your base. So we'll show you the quest marker. It's just up there. You'd follow that up to the top. A lot of little spider guys, and there's webs everywhere here. The environmental cues sort of give off where everything is. But we got story right there, and that's how the quests are normal. You just follow these little markers. You get little things like this for story and lore, guys. Guys, a big portion of this game is completing these explore areas. You gotta find weapon crates like this. And then you have to kill enemies non-stop to meet some of the requirements. Like that, just go around and wait for his head to pop up again. And then you'll get through looking for any of this, and then you gotta gather these things that are over here. Cannot jump over that fence. And over here, where these giant purple things are, you gotta get a lot of these as well. Be sure they don't see me. I'm just gonna gather this. But you also want to maintain all of your stuff. These dudes here do a lot of damage, and the combat's really thought out. I can't show off melee or anything else. This is like the crossbow. There's rolling in the game. There's bases, and then you gotta snap, and you can see where everything is. To the Rosetta stuff. We'll show a different combat encounter against like the earlier game ones. This is the mid-game, guys. Is what these ones are. As you see, we just go over here, and you practically want to hit them in their crit spot. Your thing will light up if you're on them. So you can, like, really easily line up the crit. And then you take them out like that pretty easily. Just dodge around, guys, and you got a basic, just insta-kill them. Just don't be like me and move my cursor barely because my sensitivity is insanely high, or my mouse DPI is anyways. Guys, that's the basic of combat in this game. I'll show more combat encounters now. Here are the enemies that you'll be familiar with whenever you're actually like playing the most of the game, guys. You go to here and you just go to town on them. Especially if you're a higher level like me, but these dudes, you can, if you chop off their head, is what you want to do. It's being gay for me right now for some reason. You have pretty good attacks. But you can also pick up these things like this, guys. And let's find an enemy to use it on. These are like the most helpful things I'd say that are in the game. But I can go over here and just start melting them. It's nothing. And there's multiple of these. You use them in like the tutorial too. Like there's a briefcase one you can use, and it shoots like pretty much grenades. So you just took them alive, and you just go around. Took him alive. Over here, took these. Those really simple guys. But then there's also guns, like the shotgun here. You aim for the head generally on guns. And some of the enemies like that can shoot back. So they're not completely like inept zombie sort of creatures. There actually is bigger ones. There's also a bunch of different types for the creatures too of these. But you just aim for the head and they're practically out for the count. And we just find another mystical chest, guys, over here. I am going to be doing guides on each of these places for the mystical chest too, if you want to stay tuned. You can keep and find all of those as well. I will do it for you, so you don't actually have to, like... If you want to find them yourself, I'd say go ahead. Some of them are not fun, as I've shown before. Alright guys, let's get to the next part of the video. Yeah guys, here you go. Here's the basic of building. You can build little houses, or you can do what I did for this, where I just laid out all my sort of building structures. Some of them just got like destroyed though, that were over here, more containment units mainly, with my deadbeats and other things, the deviants that we haven't talked about yet. As what we'll talk about in a minute though. There is glitches 100% in this game, like you just saw, but... yeah, you can make a little cozy little home like I did here, but I'm trying to move everything around. I'm trying to just make multiple little houses and like little sheds is how I'm going to build my things. But I'm working on garage over here. The building, at least on PC, you just press B and it brings it up. I have a huge territory because I upgraded mine. You also need this if you're doing some little base like defense thing waves. We're not going to talk about this in that video. But you do right click. You bring up everything, you go to structures, you have your basic building, you have some interior design with the staircases, and then you have attachments for the windows, balconies, and others. The facilities, these are all your weapon workbenches, the first one. Storage, defense, whenever you unlock it, your function, so this is where you get more of your deviants to store them in. Your power, and the outdoor facility. We got basic better decorations, lighting, table, just to pretty much fill up the space to make it more lived in. You got prints, these can change the look of all of your stuff overall. And then you got house blueprints where you can save your overall base design, so you can reuse it later. If you want to move your entire base though, all you gotta do is go in the building menu, press Z, and then you just move it around wherever you want. So if I wanted it right there in the middle of the ocean, I could move it there. I do not want to. I want it here, so I got the riverfront access to my dock. But we can move on, guys. That's the basic of building. Let's talk about bossing for a second. The other main activity for the game is taking place here, guys. This is where the bosses are. You go to these rift beacons and you fight these big monsters. I'm not going to show it off because I would like you guys to experience it yourself. But you get random weapon reward mods. You get some opponents, you get some energy links, and then you get weapon mod parts to upgrade them. And then they also have difficulties that can give you quartexes and other stuff as well. Alrighty. That's the end of this video, guys. If you like and want to see more Once Human content, make sure to leave a like at this video, and I'll be seeing you guys later.